What's good, family? Welcome to another episode of Beyond Six Figures. This is my first time doing a live, so we're gonna try to get it where it's focused for you guys. So, what are we getting into today? And say hello to my guy Jupiter. I know you may hear him in the background. Okay. Let's see. Moderation activities. Now, got it. Okay. So, first off, the goal here is to make sure I'm seeing everybody, everything. Okay, cool. There he is. It shows me the likes, all that good stuff. Shows me how many people are in here. Okay, first time for everything. So, let's get the process started. Maybe I'm too close. I don't know. But this is my first time doing a live. I'm excited to be here. And I wanted to talk to you guys about a few things that I find to be important. So, who am I and what is this, right? So, this is Beyond Six Figures. It's a podcast that aims to help you crack the code and break the mold of old habits and thinking. And I have a mission to help you achieve that, achieve that goal of transforming yourself and transforming your life and turning yourself into the greatest version of yourself. So, with that said, it takes time for transformation to happen. And I don't want to paint the picture as if transformation is just going to, by some way, just happen. But I like to talk about this a lot. I like to talk about um, transforming our lives, turn ourselves into the best versions of ourselves, and becoming who we desire to be in this world. So, without further ado, let's hop right into the convo. All right. So, transforming limiting beliefs, right? And I've come up with a few steps of how I've done it in my life, and I want to show you how you can do it in yours. So the first is we're talking about transformation and the limiting beliefs and how we overcome self-sabotage. First off, it always takes action. Period. It's always going to take you action. It's always going to take you some time to have a change, to create change within yourself, to create change within the world. It takes time. But let's not get taking time confused with the length of time, because sometimes that can be confusing for people. It says that it takes time, then you're thinking that maybe it's going to take 10 years. It could, or it can take 2 days, or it can take 10 days. So it will take time is very true, sounds cliche, but it will take you time. How much time? That's almost up to you. But you have what you can control. Really, at the end of the day, is the intensity, how much you give, the frequency. You can control the frequency, but you're not going to control how much time it's going to take before you're recognized, before you're shown the recognition that you think that you deserve, or even the recognition that you so clearly desire to have. It's That's not how it works. It takes us time. So first off, what is transformation? Transformation, you must become more present in the now, so much so that you dissolve the past. True transformation occurs when you are present enough to dissolve the past, accessing the power of now. Dissolving the past and accessing the power of now. Anxiety is living into the future. Depression is living in the past. Transformation happens in the now. Moment to moment, minute to minute, hour to hour, we are able to transform who we are and what we're becoming as the decisions that we decide to make. What can you do right now to change it? Well, first off, you can find ways to become more aware. And awareness is simply what the beliefs are doing. Well, I'm sorry. What are the beliefs doing for you at this moment? That's a question you can ask in order to become more aware. Because you'll realize that your awareness is not going, like, you are aware of a lot of things. You're aware that you're the weight that you are. You're aware that your finances aren't what they are. But awareness doesn't always inspire action. Awareness can take you down many different paths in life, and those are where you meant to go. But awareness itself, by itself, won't take you all the way to your goals. But awareness is a tool. It's an activity that you can do from time to time to make sure that you're on track, that you're in alignment. Challenge those beliefs when you become aware. That's one thing awareness can do. It can help you challenge those limiting beliefs. No matter how positive these beliefs can be or may seem, they can still be limiting, because maybe your positivity is based in comfort than it is in being courageous. And you must be more courageous than you are comfortable in order to really challenge those beliefs. Time and time again, it will show that your comfort zone will soon someday fail you. No matter if you're the highest achiever, if you are Usain Bolt and you want to get faster, you cannot be satisfied with the speed with the race you ran yesterday. You can be excited that you were able to run it. You can be thankful and grateful that you were able to partake, and you can be grateful that you are who you are. But if you want to beat that, then you must go beyond that. And that's part of what we talk about beyond six figures. We got to go beyond the money. We must serve purposes, and we must have value within ourselves that are deeper, that are wider, that are more that has more depth than just money alone. Because the world is changing in front of us, and it's taking more than just money for it to change. AI doesn't get adapted unless we accept it. You get what I'm saying? And we can sit here and feel as if it's just going to come for our jobs, but it doesn't come for wherever we don't apply it. The reason why it's getting adapted so quickly because the benefits of it. But that's another conversation. So identity and how you identify is also one way you can be more aware, right? So we will often identify with our limiting beliefs, which seems to be the cause of our pain we feel. We will say we are failures instead of accepting the fact that we have failed. Come on. How many times have you looked in the mirror and told yourself that you are a failure, or agreed with someone who has an opinion of you that doesn't serve you, simply because you lack the awareness or wherewithal or courage to challenge that belief? You identify with it, therefore you act it out. Instead of saying that I'm a success, and if saying that I am a success is too much for you to believe at the moment, then say you are the type of person who can change your outcome. You can change your situation because you are that type of person. Simple. Two, abandonment. This one I like, but this one is also something that we must wrap our head around because it's scary. Abandonment. Like the moth to the flame, you must abandon all thoughts of old and sever all ties with the thought, with that thought. Not an easy task, but one that needs to be done. All I'm saying is that who you are today cannot get you to where you want to be. Who you want to be, it's not who you are today. Because if that was true, you would already be that person. So this is a part of abandonment. Leave the current thought. Leave it. Let it alone. And I'm saying this, and it may sound like I'm making it sound easy. Maybe I'm oversimplifying it. Not my goal here. It's just I'm telling you what must be done. If you want to change who you are, being aware and abandoning your current thoughts and mindset is what you need to do. However, it's a process. Like anything, everything else is a system and it's a process. You didn't get to where you were overnight. You got to where you were overnights of being that person, either being a sloth, either being a fool, either being a genius. You got to where you are over hours and days of being and acting out who you currently see yourself to be. You did this. Nobody else did. You did. So God was with you. God has always been with you. And whoever you believe in, they were with you. He was with you. Your ancestors were with you through all your circumstances and will be until the end. Whoever your God and light is. And my thing is, you should just accept who you've become and then decide to be different if who you become does not serve you anymore. Anticipation. Now, anticipation and expectation is sometimes a conversation of should you be expecting something, should you not? Well, I say that anticipating is another form of expecting, but it's just I would say when you're anticipating something instead of expecting something, you're not relying on the outcome. You're anticipating a positive outcome. And what I want to say is that you want to always anticipate a positive outcome no matter what you do and no matter what the outcome has become, right? Nobody knows, not even the best person, not even Michael Jordan. He didn't know that every shot was going to go in, but what he anticipated was that his practice was going to put in all as many shots as the next person. As he said, I missed tons of shots, and you will miss a lot of shots, but if your practice is on point, your practice will show. We must anticipate a better outcome than the one that has us afraid and doubtful. We must anticipate a better outcome. And when you feel the doubt, ask questions or affirm the direct opposite. Anticipation. Now, for the last action. I mentioned it in the beginning and mention it more now. Action. You want to take action. And action is something that you must take because you're taking it, like deciding to not act is actually a decision and an action that's being taken. So action, decision, you must do that, because relying on something to just happen, you're taking action. And that's the thing. I want you to take intentional action. I don't want you to take um I don't want you to be reactive. I want you to be proactive. If you want to get a better word, I want you to be proactive with it. So, how will you know? Well, maybe you already know. Maybe you already know that you're the person that you want. Maybe you already know that you've overcame some of these beliefs, but every level brings more limiting beliefs. And it's funny sometimes that you don't know it's a limiting belief until you're trying to get to the next level. That same belief that got you to here could soon become a limiting belief. That once uncomfortable zone is now a comfort zone of yours because you see it worked all the time. Okay, prime example, big businesses or companies or small businesses that exist, they've done marketing one type of way. And then and they've seen success. They were very successful. But now roll in internet. Some do not switch over due to their lack of experience, understanding, mostly a lack of understanding, but also just a fear. They don't want to break what's been working. They don't want to go to something new. They have a limiting belief. They believe that the best type of marketing was always going to be physical. In some way, they're still right, but however, there's falsehood in there because there's a whole new world of online marketing that birthed businesses and brand new business practices that they themselves were not able to capitalize on because they were afraid to switch. So that's an example. First, shift in perspectives. You may no longer accept the ideas you once have, a bit of cognitive dissonance. That's going to happen. For the ones that did decide to switch over, they still had a rough patch. They still had a rough moment. They probably lost money because they didn't know how to properly integrate this new technology into their business. But if they kept forward with it and they started to see some success, they're probably one of the front leaders in this whole thing when it comes down to marketing, digital marketing. Habit change, because thoughts have changed, your habits and behavior are changed. So yeah, let me say that again. Habit change, because thoughts have changed, your habits have changed. This is one way your thoughts have changed, your habits have changed, because your thoughts fuel your habits. What you think about constantly, you tend to do. So that drives your actions. So when your thoughts have changed, your actions have changed. When your limiting beliefs have been challenged and changed, your actions will follow. And then others may not recognize you. This is a good part. And this is also a great measurement. I know we don't really want to talk about like caring what other people think of us, but we do care what other people think of us. We care what certain people think of us, those that we cherish and care for. We care what they think about us. This is true. We are people. People are people, and we are people. So, right? Everybody's a people person. Like, no matter if you're deciding that you want to be a hobbit, you still like people in some way. And you may even hate the fact that you do, right? But all I'm getting at is that no one recognizes you. And this can be both good or bad. They don't recognize you because, man, you did X, Y, and Z and you've been excelling, bro. You are like a whole different person. Or, man, what have you done? You didn't do this. What's going on? And I'm not talking about those who are just ready to put you down. I'm talking about those who are closest to you and they say they don't recognize you in a way that is actually uplifting you. That's how you know you've started to change or you've made a change for sure. Hence my shift. Shifting is necessary when it comes down to transformation, shifting from one mindset to the next, and just shifting in general and shifting in life. So, in short, your potential knows no limit. It's your beliefs. Try that again. In short, your potential knows no limit. It's your beliefs that define your boundaries. Okay? You have all the space, but potential is just potential. There's a funny clip that's circulating around right now, and maybe I'll find a way to put a link in here somewhere once I learn how to work this thing. But the guy, he's making it's a parody on preachers, and if you've been in Baptist churches, you understand that preachers, especially Baptists or Christian preachers, black preachers, they tend to have this running thing of they can make a sermon out of any circumstance, out of any situation. They can turn it right into it. So his take was on um, cooking and how the recipe in itself. I'm about to start. The recipe is the potential. The Alfredo is the goal. It's the end result. But if you don't put that if the ingredients, the recipe and the ingredients is the potential. The finished dish, the Alfredo, is the goal. But if you don't put those ingredients in properly, if you don't put them to work, you would never get the Alfredo. You have the potential to make the Alfredo, but you won't have the Alfredo. You'll be looking at the ingredients, the noodles, the sauce, the this, the that, the salt, the pepper, the paprika, whatever you use. But that doesn't make an Alfredo. It takes you to make the Alfredo. It takes you to place and put these ingredients in properly to make the Alfredo. Now, how it tastes, that's something else. Because let's go a step further. How it tastes and how the presentation is depends on your patience, depends on your understanding of flavors, understanding of aromas, and how things smell and work together. Because the taste, it's not enough that you had the potential to make the Alfredo. You made it, but it doesn't taste good. Maybe it's too salty. Maybe it's too bland. Maybe you need to add some raisins. Joking. But maybe, yeah. So now what I'm saying is your understanding. And in Proverbs it says that you need to be able to receive instruction. If you're not able to receive the instructions, if you're not able to comprehend, you won't understand. So, in short, it's not short. Second, dare to dream beyond the limiting beliefs deemed possible, and you'll witness magic unfold. Come on, man. It's beyond six figures. We go beyond the money. We go beyond the income. So, yeah. And third, and I'll leave you with this. The first step towards personal transformation is questioning the validity of your limiting beliefs. Simply put, question everything. But when you're done questioning, take action. So there you have it. There it is. Another episode of Beyond Six Figures. We are live on YouTube. I want to thank everybody that listens to this, that tends to tune in. I will be moving to some live episodes for you guys from time to time, and I'll keep you posted. I really hope that you guys like this. For those who already listen to the podcast, this episode is kind of already existing, but this may I'll re-release it for you guys here because I do like this topic of transformation, and it's something that I just wanted to reintroduce. So until I see you guys, be great, be vigilant, be curious, be you. Peace.